What happens when the sport you love turns against you? When the grind that you once cherished feels more like a prison and the mirror becomes your harshest critic? If you've ever felt like no matter how much you achieve on the outside, it's never enough on the inside, this conversation is for you. This is for the woman who's poured herself into training, sacrificing sleep, relationships, and joy, all in the pursuit of that perfect physique, only to feel more disconnected from herself than ever. For the woman standing on stage or snapping progress pictures, smiling on the outside, but quietly battling self-doubt, body dysmorphia, or the relentless need to do more, to be more, look more. Let's be real. Bodybuilding is about more than just muscles. It's about the mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual struggles that no one likes to talk about. We're going to talk about why bodybuilding and body image are so closely tied and why this conversation is long overdue. We're going to be diving into the reality of competition prep, the sacrifices, the toll on your body, and the mental grit it demands. We're going to uncover the darker side of bodybuilding, where the pursuit of perfection can become destructive. And finally, I'll help you to navigate a path towards balance, because yes, it's possible to thrive in this sport without losing yourself. All this and more on this episode of Redefining Bodybuilding. Let me paint you a picture. It's 4 a.m. and my alarm jolts me awake. My gym bag is already packed. My meals for the day already prepped to perfection. The world is still asleep, but I'm already lacing up my sneakers to do cardio. This was my life during competition prep. Every single detail calculated, every single day planned around one goal: to be stage ready and to win. But what people don't see is the sacrifice. Contest prep isn't just about showing up in the gym or eating clean. It's about letting the process consume you. Hours in the gym become non-negotiable. You're squeezing in the cardio sessions before work, heavy lifting after, and spending your evenings meal prepping instead of relaxing with loved ones. And let's not forget the cost. Physically, you're drained. The fatigue, the muscle soreness, the hunger, it's relentless. Emotionally, oh honey, you start to feel the weight of isolation. You turn down social events, miss family gatherings, and watch your world narrow down to just macros, sets, and stage lights. The grind is real, and it takes its toll. It demands discipline, yes, but sometimes that discipline becomes a double-edged sword. You're so focused on the end goal that you forget to enjoy the process. You lose sight of why you even started this stuff in the first place. Look, before we dive into the meat of the conversation, I want to just introduce myself. My name is Roxy Beckles, and I want to welcome you to Redefining Bodybuilding. I'm an IFBB pro, and I had the privilege of competing at the 2014 Olympia in women's physique. And it's my passion to help women just like you, women who are ready to embrace strength, build confidence, and redefine what it means to look and feel your best. So if you're finding value in this conversation so far, listen, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me to create more content just for you. And if you're ready to take things a step further, consider supporting the channel by joining as a member. Now, as a member, you'll gain access to exclusive videos that take an even deeper dive into your fitness journey, with tips on training, nutrition, mindset, hormones, and so much more to just help you to look and feel your absolute best. Hit the join button that you see down below after you subscribe to the channel. And if you're ready to really take the next step in your fitness journey, I'm accepting new clients. Scan the QR code that you see right here on your screen, or click the link down below to book a call and to start working together. Let's discuss your goals and what that might look like. All right, enough of this. Let's go ahead and jump back into the conversation. When we think of bodybuilding, most people picture the final product, the perfectly sculpted physique on the stage, the confidence, the strength. But what does that actually take to get there? Now, the truth is the physical demands of competition prep are far beyond what most people can ever imagine. Let's start with the training. We're not talking about just casual gym sessions here. It's hours upon hours of heavy lifting, grueling supersets, and meticulous planning. Your day revolves around the gym, pushing your body to its absolute limits. Now picture yourself grinding through a leg day, 4 sets of squats at near maximal weight, followed by lunges that leave your legs trembling, capped off with hamstring curls and calves to failure. Now imagine doing that while running on a caloric deficit and barely enough carbs to fuel the effort. But it doesn't start there. The cardio sessions are relentless. Early mornings, late nights, sometimes both. You're probably watching this while doing cardio. Every bead of sweat represents another step, taking you closer to that stage. But it does drain you little by little. Then there's the toll it takes on your body. Fatigue becomes your constant companion. Muscle soreness feels endless. And sleep, honey, let's just say sleep deprivation becomes the norm. And while we don't talk about it enough, injuries are a looming reality. Repeatedly pushing your limits with heavy weights can strain the joints, cause tears, or even sideline you altogether. Look, the truth is, your body is both your tool and your battleground. And sometimes it's hard to know when you've pushed too far. Contest prep demands that you walk a razor-thin line between progress and burnout. And it's not always easy to know which side you're on until it's too late. Now, if the physical demands of bodybuilding are the engine, then the mental resilience is the fuel that keeps it all running. Now, let me tell you, contest prep doesn't just test your body, it puts your mind through the ringer. When you're grinding day in and day out, the pressure can feel overwhelming. I mean, you start to really question yourself. Am I doing enough? Am I lean enough? Am I strong enough? That inner critic can become your loudest voice. And if you're not careful, it'll start to drown out your confidence. Staying motivated during prep is a mental battle like no other. The pressure to perform, to achieve, to meet the expectations you've set for yourself, or worse, that others have placed on you, can feel absolutely crushing. You're constantly walking a tightrope between self-discipline and self-doubt. Now, let's not sugarcoat it. The mental strain can lead to some dark places. Negative thoughts creep in, comparison to others becomes a trap, and then suddenly, you're not just competing against others, you're fighting against yourself. So how do you overcome it? Mental resilience isn't about something that just happens. It's something you build. Athletes learn to reframe those negative thoughts, focusing on what they can control instead of spiraling into what they can't. Journaling, affirmations, and visualizing success are all tools in your toolbox. But the real key is perspective, remembering your why you started this journey, what drives you, and what truly matters. Because when you lose sight of your purpose, the grind can become meaningless. And here's the truth. Setbacks will happen. You'll have bad days. You'll miss a lift. You'll look in the mirror and feel like you're not enough. But resilience is about bouncing back, about picking yourself up after those moments and saying, I'm still in this. I'm still moving forward. The mental demands of bodybuilding can be as heavy as any barbell you'll ever lift. But when you develop the tools to overcome those challenges, you'll find that you're not just stronger in the gym, you're stronger in your mind, you're stronger in life. Let's get real. Bodybuilding isn't just a sport, honey, it's a lifestyle. And like any lifestyle pursued at the highest level, it comes with sacrifices. Some of them are small, but some others, they cut deep. Think about the time commitment alone. Prep doesn't just take hours, it takes over your entire schedule. Every meal, every workout, every moment of rest is meticulously planned. While your friends are out there enjoying happy hour, honey, you're at the gym, grinding through your second session of the day. While your family gathers around the dinner table, you're heating up prep chicken and broccoli. And then there's the toll on your relationships. Prep can feel isolating. Your loved ones may not understand why you're so laser focused, why you can't just have one cheat meal or skip the gym for a night. Social outings become harder and harder to navigate. Birthdays, holidays, and casual nights out with friends, honey, those start to feel like luxuries you cannot afford. It's not just about time. It's about energy. Prep demands so much of you that at the end of the day, there's often nothing left to give. Emotional and mental fatigue set in, and suddenly, even small interactions can feel like a chore. And let's not forget the financial sacrifices. Competing ain't cheap. Between coaching fees, gym memberships, supplements, food, posing suits, tanning, travel, honey, it adds up quickly. But the hardest sacrifice of all, the emotional cost. The reality is prep can take a toll on your mental health. You're constantly pushing your limits. And sometimes it feels like no matter how much you give, it's never enough. That nagging voice in your head, the one that tells you to keep going, to do more, to be perfect, never shuts off. So why do we do it? Because the stage, for so many of us, represents more than just a competition. It's a symbol of everything we've poured into the journey. But here's the catch. The sacrifices can't define you. You can't let the process consume you to the point where there's nothing left of yourself. So after all the sacrifice, all the grinding, and all the sleepless nights, where does that leave you? For many athletes, the biggest challenge isn't stepping on stage. It's finding balance in the aftermath. It's figuring out how to stay dedicated to the sport you love without losing yourself in the process. Balance starts with perspective. You have to remember that bodybuilding is a part of your life. It's not your entire life. It's not your personality. It's not your identity. The stress of training, dieting, competing is inevitable, but it doesn't have to break you. Athletes who thrive in the long term are the ones who learn how to manage that stress, whether it's through meditation, prayer, journaling, or simply taking a day to breathe and step back from the grind. Rest isn't weakness. It's a critical part of recovery, both physically and mentally. Next is about maintaining relationships. Conscious prep can feel isolating, but it doesn't have to be. Lean on your support system, your loved ones, your coach, your friends. Let them in on your journey so that they can understand what you're going through and just cheer you on. Balance is about realizing that while the stage may be your focus, your relationships are what ground you. And let's not forget about preventing burnout. When you're constantly pushing yourself, it's easy to lose sight of why you started in the first place. The joy, the passion, the excitement, it can all get buried under the pressure to perform. But balance means giving yourself permission to step back when needed, to reconnect with the parts of fitness that make you happy, and to remind yourself that this journey is supposed to be fulfilling. Lastly, balance means taking care of your whole self. Yes, bodybuilding is about building strength, but it's all about mental resilience as well, emotional well-being, and spiritual health. When you nurture every part of yourself, not just your physique, you build a foundation that's unshakable. Remember, you're not just a competitor, you're a person. And when you find balance, you're able to bring your best self to the stage, the gym, and every other aspect of your life. Bodybuilding is a journey like no other. It pushes you physically, mentally, emotionally in ways you never thought possible. But the key to thriving in this sport isn't about how much you can sacrifice or how hard you can push yourself. It's about finding that balance, staying grounded, and remembering again why you started. We've talked about the grind, the sacrifices, the challenges, the toll this journey can take, but I want you to know this. Bodybuilding can be an incredibly rewarding experience. It's not just about building the muscles again, it's about building the character, discovering your own strength in ways you never even imagined. And I hope that this conversation just inspires you today, not discouraged you. My goal is to give you the gumption to face the realities of what it really takes to just be a part of the bodybuilding sport, and to show you that with all the disappointments, there can also be great joy, incredible fun, and experiences that will change you forever from the inside out. And if you're on your journey to competition prep and you want to do things the smart way, honey, listen, I put together this playlist right over here, videos that are designed to help you to train smarter, avoid burnout, and truly enjoy the process of getting on stage. Go ahead and check them right out, and I'll see you over there.